Hello everyone. Welcome to our live lesson for this month. Okay, thank you for joining us. Okay, let me just share my screen with you guys. How are you all doing? Are you all happy? Are you all enjoying your long weekend? I hope you are, right? It's a rare time for this year, I think, to have a long weekend. But yep, how are we all? All okay? Sudipta Shrita. Okay. Hang on, yeah. Okay, so if you haven't already downloaded your pre-class notes, please go ahead and do so, okay, because we'll be using that today, right? Okay, now we're gonna go through, you can see my screen, right? All of you are able to hear me and see my screen? Okay, very good. Okay, now for today's lesson, right? Okay, I will actually leave you guys unmuted. I will not try to mute you. Okay, we'll be focusing on oral skills and summary skills. So for summary skills, we're going to practice things like substitution, okay, as well as Yanjie. Sorry, how old are you, dear? Because you look very young to be in a secondary school class. Okay, but anyway, yes, you're going to be practicing changing of sentence structure as well as substitution. Okay, so first we'll start with our reading aloud. Okay, I believe I've posted this up. So I would like you to actually just remember to have good and consistently good pronunciation. Sorry, clear and consistently good pronunciation. And remember appropriate intonation and not have any hesitations. Okay, take note of the context of the passage. Okay, and try to use the context to help you effectively convey information, ideas, and feelings. Okay, now I would like to have some volunteers to actually read out this passage for me. You have written an article for your school magazine on the importance of getting to know the people in your community. Okay, before publication, you're asked to read your article to the editing team for their comment, right? This is actually what you say. Okay, students, so can I get some volunteers, right, who would like to read out to me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. Anybody who wants to help me out? If not, I have to end up reading myself. Okay, Shrita, very good. Anybody else? Really? I'm just gonna have one student. Really now, students? Anybody wants to help me? Really? Just me and Shrita? Nobody else wants to read for me? Okay, if nobody else wants to read for me, right? Okay, I am not going to go ahead with this because I think it's a pity, right? Because it's no point we just having one student, we're not going to benefit. So maybe we can do this at the end of class. I will do this at the end of class, right? Okay. And instead we'll move on to the summary skills first. Okay, so can we please go and do the pre-class notes? Okay, so what do we have? Okay, students, let me just highlight to you. We have word substitution. Okay, we have change in sentence structure. Okay, hang on. We have change in sentence structure and change to active voice. Okay, so I will give you, what's the time now? I will give you 20 minutes to actually complete this activity. Okay, so now it's actually 17 minutes. Okay, it's 5:30. 5:50, I will go through the answers with you guys. Okay, so please try to do it so that later you are able to contribute your answers to me. Okay, if not, it's very hard for me to,
Hmm? No.
okay, I'm going to mute all of you. Okay, it's very hard for me to actually have an engaging class if you don't actually help me to do your work as well. Okay, so just take about 17 minutes. Okay, 5:50, come back and we'll go through the answers and then we'll read out the oral passage to us the end. Hello, it's 5:50. We come back and we start discussing answers. Okay, guys, let's go through the answers. Okay, I am not sure if I'll get any participation. You have all been unmuted actually. But feel free to join me. If not, I'll be just talking to myself as usual. Okay, now we'll just go on with the answers, okay, for substitution. In my effort, hang on now, let me just go to my question paper. Okay, in my effort to gain a university degree, I was weighed down by, sorry, this is supposed to be a comma. Oopsie, hang on. Okay, I was weighed down by the very real fact that I had to look after my 5 younger siblings. Oops, hang on, I got something pop up. Okay, at the same time. Okay, so what this means is basically weighed down actually means encumbered. Okay, by the very real fact, it means you were faced with. Okay, you were weighed down and you were faced with is a harsh reality, right? Not facilitated, not mortified, which is scared, not sabotaged. Okay. Engineering is a subject that requires hard work and close attention. So in this case, it is very exacting, very specific. Okay, therefore you need to be disciplined in your study habits in order to excel in it. Okay, it is in the nature of their work that every novelist will try to make up or invent fantastic stories. So in this case, they will fabricate things, right? They will make things up and then they will fabricate things, okay, and characters to keep readers engaged. Okay, that's B. Okay, how on earth are you going to get yourself out of this difficulty, right? My mother asked me, frustrated by my latest mistake, right? How on earth are you going to get out of this, to get yourself extricated, basically, right? Okay, that means you get ourselves out of this mess. Okay, not discharged, that's from hospital, right? Redeem means you forgive, get yourself forgiven, right? Entangle means you're in some mess that it's very hard to get out of. Donna's designs had to be without flaws, right? And flaws would be actually impeccable. Volume students, I'm going to... Okay, without flaws in this case means you don't have a single mistake, right? Even the slightest error meant that the entire work had to be redone, right? Impeccable without flaws. Okay, the famous pop star, tired of all the attention he had been getting, decided to travel in disguise, right? Basically hide himself, right? So in this case, it would be incognito, right? Basically you're hiding yourself so as not to be bothered by both his fans and the media. Okay, now, we were doubtful of predictions of fair weather, for the sky was blanketed with thick grey clouds and the wind was tossing twigs and leaves against our glass windows. Doubtful of predictions, we were actually skeptical of fair weather, right? We were not sure whether things were going to happen, so we were skeptical. Okay, convince means you convince somebody, right? Not inquisitive, not inquisitive is curious, right? Not unsuspecting, but skeptical. The first thing you need to do is to make this speech easily understood by the common people is to get rid of the specialized medical language, which is actually technical jargon, right? Whenever we talk about very technical terms, it is talking about jargon. Okay, now at first, the mere sight of Rachel made me feel an intense dislike of her. But upon getting to know her better, I found that she was really a charming person. So an intense dislike is actually what? To loathe somebody, right? To really, really not like somebody is to loathe somebody. Okay, and the old king was known to be one noble in spirit and would not think twice about helping any needy subjects who came to him for help. Noble in spirit is very magnanimous, right? Not vile, not knightly, not a beast, but very magnanimous. You're very giving, very noble. Okay, students, now these are the answers. All right, no break. We'll go on to the next part of summary. Okay, now remember, whenever you face your summary skills, right, you need to not only change the point, you can also paraphrase, right? So transform or change the structure of the original sentences will make your answer look different. So transforming could mean either changing the voice, replacing the conjunction, or rearranging phrases and clauses, right? So what do we mean? You can also change the voice, right, by written in an active voice or passive voice. Look at what kind of voice the passage actually uses. Right? Don't worry, the answers will not be shown. They will be uploaded by Monday. So please just look for the answers on Monday. Okay, by Monday rather. Okay, so that you don't have to copy down the answers. Okay, take your time. Okay, and pay attention to me. Okay, so sorry to yes, active, passive voice, passage will give you can change the voices there. Okay, this is done to change the emphasis of the sentence, and when the doer of the action is actually less important. Sometimes the intention is actually not to reveal the doer. So for example, we welcome the newcomers warmly. The newcomers are welcomed warmly by us. The newcomers are welcomed warmly. You don't know by whom because they want to be intentionally hidden. Okay, alternatively, the original sentences are written in a passive voice. You can change them into active, right? And you make the doer more important. Electric cars are being sold by